What's up, everybody? Daniel Almaguer with the Commercial Cleaning Blueprint. I'm going to talk about a very popular topic, and that is marketing. Everybody wants to know, what do I need to do for my business to get my name out there? And whenever you get into entrepreneurship, you better be thinking about what you're going to do to get your name out there. That's the biggest question everybody asks. Marketing is very broad. It could be different things for different businesses. My business that I started, first was a commercial cleaning business. And then I created an exterior cleaning business where we would pick up like brick and demo work from people that were building new custom homes, in neighborhoods where like there was 100+ homes. We did that. Then I opened up a medical spa. So all these different businesses require different marketing. I'm going to talk about my commercial cleaning business because this is the business that fueled all the things that I started getting into, which was, all the different businesses and real estate and those type of things that I started to invest my money in. But the commercial cleaning side of things was always something that I loved and took pride in because I saw how easy it was to scale. So if you're having your commercial cleaning business and you're struggling, I want you to listen to this. This is going to be a game changer for you because if you're struggling, you're probably still unsure on what you should do with your marketing. So this is a very popular subject that we always get asked about is, what do I need to do with my marketing? And I'm going to talk to you commercial cleaning business owners first because these are the people that I know can create an amazing life and an abundance of opportunities just by partnering up with people that actually have money. Business owners, your type of client is who everybody wants to work with. The amount of resources and the amount of connections that you're going to get from this, I cannot even explain to you how powerful they are because the people that I've met throughout this whole 10 years journey with my commercial cleaning business ultimately got me to where I am today, where we're doing massive projects and we're working on, growing more businesses and not just working on cleaning. So this is going to open up your mind. If you want to start scaling the business, you want to look into obviously how you can get yourself known. So I'm going to dive right into it. I hate when people sugarcoat things and when they don't just get right into it. So tune in. So when we started the business, I was ultimately deciding what I wanted to do for the commercial cleaning side of things. I wanted to decide, what type of marketing route was I going to go. I quickly decided flyers. Flyers are the most, not uncomfortable thing to do. You can just print out some flyers and mail them out. Didn't work. I decided to, try it out for a few months and just, I wasn't getting much traction from it. I was just seeing that I was getting maybe about one lead a month. And it was pretty slow. I didn't want to continuously do things for more than 3 months if it didn't work. So after spending like $7,000, it was about $2,500 a month what I was spending, and it was sending out about 4,000 flyers every single month. And so I tried that out for the commercial cleaning business, and it didn't really work out for me. I then decided to door knock, and I did that, and I would go and knock on people's doors and see if I can come in and give them a quote for their cleaning. And I would basically just give that for free. I wouldn't be charging, obviously, you're just soliciting. Most businesses don't want you to come just walk in their building. So it was kind of tough working around that. And for this business, commercial cleaning, I quickly started realizing that I need to get in front of more people much faster if I'm going to be able to see some profits. I actually, within my first year, the first 3 months, I was doing a little bit of everything. I was doing the flyers, but I was also starting to do cold calls on my own. And I quickly started seeing I was getting some traction from the cold calls. I was not having to, sell people. I was talking myself out of it because I didn't want to call and sell somebody over the phone. So I decided, hey, let me just go introduce myself. Let me call and introduce myself. I could probably do about 50 a day, and it'll be easier than just having to drive around. So I would go in my car, and I started calling people. And this started working, and I actually just was like, wow, this is pretty crazy. I started to get invited into business owners and their offices, and it started getting traction. I landed my first contract with a conference center, and it's actually part of the city. And that was able to pay me $1,000 a month as soon as I landed the contract. They would pay out about $1,900 a month. It was once a week cleaning. I would pay my crews about $175 to go clean every single time, and I would make around $1,000 a month. And I would monitor it. Obviously, I would make sure that they're happy and they were taken care of. And I just started realizing all the things that I could do with this business if I could just continuously pour gas on the fire. So I quickly decided, hey, cold calls are actually working. I started doing the cold calls even more, 100 cold calls a day, and I started getting more and more contracts and opportunities. By the end of year one, I had 25 recurring contracts from just doing cold calls myself. I didn't have anybody else doing it. At the end of the year, I actually started interviewing people. I brought people on. I started training people for commission only, and these were mainly people that I knew that were wanting to get into business and start, making money as well. So I told them, commission based. If you do these cold calls, you'll get 20, 30% maybe, depending on the type of contract that it is. We would do a little bit of selling on the phone just to figure out who's in charge, what the email address is, and if they weren't interested now, we're figuring out when we should follow up, when their contract is ending. You want to be able to follow up with people accordingly so you can eventually close the deal. Because yes, they are paying for our service. It's our job to get ourselves in the door. So I quickly started realizing people wanted to get paid hourly. And I wanted to get to a certain point before I started hiring on more people, because I knew as I had these 20 contracts, they were getting tough to manage. So I hired somebody. I wanted to hire somebody to manage this for me so I didn't have to do all that. So I decided to raise everybody's pay, and that helped me ultimately get out of the field and stop having to manage everything. I took a little bit of a pay cut, about $7,000 a month, but at the time I was still making about $12,000 every single month without having to manage anything from my commercial cleaning business. So this business is limitless, guys. It's an amazing resource to have if you're getting into entrepreneurship, because you can start it part-time and build it up to be a massive reoccurring engine. So with the cold calls, I started seeing people wanted to get paid hourly, so I decided to try something else. I started pivoting, and this is what you're going to be able to learn from today is stick with what works and don't try to pivot. If you're getting consistent leads and you're getting consistent traction, don't put it to a standstill for something else because maybe it's cheaper, or maybe it's less work for you, or maybe it's something that you see that could possibly work out, but you haven't seen anybody else utilizing it, and you're just kind of wanting to try something that is new. And that's probably because you haven't done enough research, and people want to dive into something that's cheaper just to save money. If you're getting into other things like that, it will happen to where you're going to learn in the long run. But I'm trying to cut you some corners. I hired a marketing team. They were called Thrive, Thryve. And you probably heard of them. They're a big company. I was paying them about $6,000 a month. I was locked into this for a year and a half. I was trying to get out with after the first year, but they were just very hard to deal with. So I quickly realized, the marketing team and what they were doing was doing ads. They were doing strategic ads, and they were managing our Facebook, our Instagram, as far as just like doing like 1 or 2 posts a month. Very minimal. But they were also connecting it all together so that way it was a part of all the different platforms like Bark and Yelp and all those different things. I didn't get any traction from it. I got a lot of residential traction. I was getting a lot of move outs. I was getting construction cleans. But our whole bread and butter is the reoccurring revenue type businesses. We don't want to work with people that are calling us once a month. We want to work with those people that need us there every single week, and we're able to start capitalizing on giving them the convenience that they need. And ultimately, those that are having once a week cleans are those that need other services. They need supply stock. They need you taking care of all the different things that they're ordering every single month. You're going to need to be able to come in there once a week, or at least once a week for the most part. And you're also going to be able to start getting in on other services that they're probably paying for, because once you satisfy them with this, they are going to trust you. So it's always good to make sure these things are managed properly before you start outsourcing even more. So the first thing you want to get into action right away is having somebody calling and reaching out to people in your community every single day. 1,000 people a week, and you will be able to get to your goals 100 times faster than you ever imagined. So if you just stick to this and dive in, you can actually scale the business very, very fast. So after the Thrive thing didn't work out, after the marketing company, we decided to just pivot to doing cold calls, and I started hiring more and more people to do our cold calls, and it cost a little bit more money, but within just a few months, we were already closing contracts, and it eventually paid for itself. And now, 10 years later, we have so many people that do cold calls for us. We have a massive team, and we're doing amazing things with our business. We were able to start scaling into landscaping, power washing, handyman services. Anything to do with commercial maintenance we do. We actually start having people that we're helping grow a massive organization. These companies that were with us 10 years ago that are still with us today, and they have massive crews, and they've been able to grow their team as well. All with us being able to stay consistent. All because we stayed consistent, they were able to grow their business as well. So if you're ready to get into that type of deal where you're able to start helping other people grow their business as well, because you're consistent and you're the one that's staying, in the path of success by putting yourself out there, making your business known and collecting data, and you will be able to start doing the same exact thing I did. I am no different from you. You can do the exact same thing, and you can use your money to start getting into other ventures just like we did. There's things that you can get into that I'm sure that you love to do and you take pride in. So this is just something that's going to help you get there. If you need help with this, guys, let me know. We'd be glad to help you and assist you on getting to the next steps to growing your business, your service business, that you can ultimately turn into a recurring engine. This is how we handle our marketing, guys. This is what we decided to just stay consistent with, and it has been the best choice we've ever made. Now we're helping hundreds of people around the world do this as well. And if you need help, we'll be glad to help. Have a great one.